Everybody, give y'all a few seconds to get on in here. I'm not gonna keep you guys long. It's the weekend, man. I'll probably be about 10 minutes, man. Maybe 10 or 15 at the most. I won't keep y'all, man. I just wanna just share some information with you real quick. Just a little bit of information. Hope everybody's doing good. I'm gonna say what's up to everybody. What's up? What's up? I'm gonna talk to y'all about. See, when I speak on stuff like the topic you guys see here called change your circle. Let me see something. What's up, Letitia Moore? I see ya. I see ya. I see ya. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Good to see you. Want to just touch base with you guys, man, and just talk about how well life is for me, how well business is for me, and whether you're in business or in your personal life, there's something that you just can't escape, and that is having the right people in your circle. You got to have the right people in your circle. Danielle, good to see you. I hope all is well with you. You got to have the right people in your circle, man. I remember Dr. Dennis Kimbrough used to say, if you're the smartest person in your group, then you need to find a new group. And that's very true. Now, when he said the smartest person in your group, find a new group, he's not saying that, just because you're the smartest person. He's talking about if you're the person that's in your circle that wants to go ahead in life, that's trying to get ahead, that's trying to do great things in life, elevating yourself, and the other people in your circle aren't trying to do that. That's what he's meaning. He's meaning find a new group. Because one thing is for sure, folks, listen to this. There's nothing wrong with ignorance. Good to see you, my brother Rick. Ricardo, what's up, my man? How you doing? And as I said, man, Sissy E-Step, good to see you. But listen, folks, there's nothing wrong with ignorance. But when you refuse to fix ignorance, that's when stupid kicks in. And guess what? You can't fix stupid. All right. So you got to have the mindset of always wanting to be better, holding yourself accountable. You want to be in a circle of people, within a circle of individuals that's going to hold you accountable to the goals and dreams and aspirations that you want to achieve in your life. Have some accountability partners, people who are going to check you as well as you would check them. So you're holding yourselves accountable, holding each other accountable. Not a bunch of people who always want to complain about life, throwing pity parties, right? And always have something negative to say about somebody else. Even if that person is just a celebrity, I don't care who it is. They just always have something negative to say about somebody else. Looking for the bad in people rather than try to find the good in them and exploit the good in themselves. So, with having said that, folks, Les Brown says some people are so negative, if you put them in a dark room, they'll start to develop. So surround yourself with people who are better than you. Surround yourself with people who are where you're trying to be in life. I surround myself with nothing but multimillionaires. But folks, I'm about probably a week or two away from hitting that threshold of being in the millionaire club. And I'm not saying that to tell you my business. I'm not telling you to brag. I'm not telling you this to impress you. I'm telling you this to impress upon you that if you surround yourself with the right group of people, folks, you will start to elevate and you will start to see. I'm going to tell you, I don't care what that group is. You will start to marinate within that group. You see, folks, you are average of the people in your circle. You are average of the people in your circle. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough also said once that if you're hanging with 9 broke people, eventually you will be number 10. So find yourself around people who are doing great, not only just making money. I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about life in general, business in general. People who are humanitarian, having a humanitarian way about yourself, have ways about yourself that's going to inspire other people. And here's what you got to know, folks. This is something that's called the butterfly effect. And the butterfly effect says that a butterfly can flap its wings over in California and cause a tsunami on the East Coast. A butterfly can flap its wings that contributes and cause a tsunami on the East Coast. That butterfly flapping in California on the West Coast. So what having to say that, what do that mean, folks? You know, I don't know if that's a metaphor or if that's plain science. But here's what you got to understand. And I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to tell you something that's going to be the same butterfly effect. I'm going to tell you this. Watch this. Listen to this very carefully. Here we go. What you do or do not do today will affect generations 100+ years after you. I'm going to say that again. This is the butterfly effect. What you do or do not do today will affect generations 100+ years after you. So there are people who are going to be affected by what you do or do not do today that's not even born yet, that don't even know you. They don't always have to be in your family. They could be people in your community. They can be people in a new community that you go to. There could be other individuals that that you don't even know that can still be affected, that's living amongst you right now. It could be people in your community, but not in your direct community or your indirect community, but you're in the same community that you're in another state. And what do I mean by that? If I'm a speaker, then that means motivational speakers all over the world is in my community as a speaker. There's a community of motivational speakers. There's a community of truck drivers. There's a community of firemen. There's a community of police officers. So a community, folks, can still be affected by what you do or do not do today. In that same community, including your family and friends, will be affected by what you do or do not do 100+ years after you are long gone from this earth. In physical form, that is. So here is the thing, folks. Find yourself in a group of people that will challenge you. Find yourself within a group of people that's going to hold you accountable to your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. You see? The problem that most people have is that they share their goals with trolls. Stop sharing your big dreams to small-minded people. There's no connection there. That's why you get a lot of people who are trying to tell you, you can't do it. You cannot do it. You see, folks, I don't have a lot of people to tell me that I can't do something. You see, have you noticed a lot of people always saying, I use people's, all the naysayers, I use their motivation. I don't need to use their motivation. You know why? Because I don't have a lot of people that tell me that I can't do something. Yes, I've had people to do that, and I've had people who used to do that. But today, I don't have a lot of people to tell me that I can't do something. You know why? Because I don't have those assholes in my circle. Now, here's what you got to realize, people. There's a story that's been shared. I think it might have been shared by Zig Ziglar some years ago. Let me tell you this story. There was a story of two young boys playing on ice. Okay? You can skate on this ice, but they were playing on ice, sliding on the ice, running and sliding on their stomach, sliding on the side and what have you. And one of the little boys, okay, these little boys were like 12 years old. One of those little boys fell in the ice and he was trapped under the ice in water. No one was around to help this kid, but his only other 12-year-old friend, okay? An old senior citizen beyond the ice looked out the window and saw everything that went on, and that senior citizen immediately called 911 to get help to get this little boy out of the ice. What happened thereafter, folks, is that by the time 911 had got there, the emergency team have gotten there, the little boy was already saved and he was out of the ice. How did that happen? His other 12-year-old friend saved him. So the paramedics, the fire department, they were all asking this young boy, how did you save this kid with this big fat log? This kid climbed up in a tree and somehow grabbed a big long branch to save this other little boy. So here's the thing, folks. The fire department asked this kid, at your size and your age, how did you get a tree branch this size from this tree down to the ground on the ice and save this other child? You see, folks, it's not a matter of how. See, people always want to get caught on how to do something. So the old senior citizen finally made him the way out there, and he answered those paramedics and fire department people's question as they asked him how at his size he was able to do that. The old man said the reason why he was able to do it is because there wasn't no one here to tell him that he couldn't do it. So folks, block out all the negative naysayers out your mind. And the best way you can do that is surround yourself with other people who are going to encourage you, who are going to challenge you, and hold you accountable. They're not going to tell you that you can't do it. They're going to tell you that you better do it because I'm watching you. I'm holding you accountable to your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. Remember, you told me this is what you want to accomplish? Well, guess what? I don't see you working towards that at this moment. So that person is an accountability partner. These people in your circle are people who are going to challenge you, who are going to encourage you, who are going to push you to try to get you to where they are. Okay? So that's the key, folks. Don't listen to people who are going to tell you that you can't do something because they're not talking about you. They're merely talking about themselves. They can't do it. So therefore, they want to tell you that you can't do it. So get those people out your life. I don't care if it's your own family. Those are the first people. Those can be some of the most negative people in your circle. The people that you're related to. And like Les Brown said before, it's not that they just being negative on purpose that tell you that they can't do it. As Les Brown said, they're just suffering from what is called possibility blindness. They are blind to the possibilities of your development. They are blind to the possibilities of your growth. They are blind to the possibilities to your strength, of your strength. They are blind to the gift that God has already instilled in you the day you were born. So you see, folks, there's something called neurological thinking. I'm going to tell you about neurological thinking. Neurological thinking, right, is different from logical thinking. And they're both good. They're both are excellent. They're both is something we all need in our lives. But let me tell you, logical thinking, logically, let me put it to you this way. Logically, 1 plus 1 equals 2. Okay? Logically, 1 plus 1 equals 2. Neurologically, 1 plus 1 equals whatever you want it to be. So there are a lot of times that you must be a neurological thinker. We were born as neurological thinkers. And I'm going to prove that to you. How many of you have seen a child in a walker, a baby in a walker, try to fit that walker into a very, very tight space? How many of you have seen that? We have seen babies try to fit a walker into a very tight space. The focus is not the space that they're trying to get to. The focus is on what's on the other side of what they're trying to get to. Okay? So, on the other side of what they're trying to get through. So if that walker does not fit, that baby would eventually start to crawl out of the walker through that space that walker wouldn't fit, and be crawling on the other side to that destination that baby is trying to get to. That, my friend, is called a neurological thinker. We were born neurological thinkers. But we allow things to take those things away from us. to take that ability to think neurologically. We have allowed things to cause us to lose our competitive edge. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you how. How many of you have had a major goal you wanted to achieve and you've talked yourself out of it because somebody else told you that it could not happen? How many of you have had a goal, you wanted to do something, and because it was so challenging to you, you gave up? You gave up your goals, you gave up your dreams, you gave up your aspirations, and you shifted your mind and your interest to something totally different from your gift because you thought that other thing would be easier for you to accomplish. You see, folks, anything that's worth having is worth failing to get it. You're going to fail. See, you got to have people in your circle who's going to tell you that you're going to fail if you go at something hard. Why are you going to fail? Because who you are today is not the same person that you need to be in order for you to reach that goal. That's why it's called a goal, not a task. A task is something that you can accomplish immediately, like take out the trash, clean the house up, sweep the floor. Those are tasks. A goal is geared to help you. For every goal you create, obstacles are also created. So what are those obstacles for? Those obstacles are for your training, to provide you the tools that you need to have in order to become the person you need to become to achieve that goal. That's why you got to have the right people in your circle. That's why you need to have super people. You have to have people in your circle who are better than you are. And you're not afraid to admit that. They don't always have to be millionaires. I have millionaires in my circle, and I have people who are not millionaires in my circle who knows just as much as the millionaires. So eventually they will be a millionaire, because if their mind and their goals is in that direction, then eventually it's going to happen. I'm on the cusp of hitting that threshold with a couple of deals that's in place right now. Why is that? Because I'm surrounded by millionaires. Every single day, folks, listen to me. Every single day, I'm on the phone with multimillionaires. I'm talking about people who own their own investment firms. Every day. Trying to get deals done. Talking some ideas. I got some millionaires I've been to talk to on the phone that we're working on some major deals over in Cairo, Egypt. That we're going to be bringing some developers. Matter of fact, if anybody know any developers who wants to build without any zoning permits, they can come to the table with their own ideas. Send them my way. We're going to take them to Cairo, Egypt. We're getting ready to build Egypt to the point that Egypt is going to look as good as Dubai. That's what I'm working on right now. So a lot of times you don't see me doing a lot on Facebook. You might see my inspirational post in the morning, and you might see me post a little something throughout the day, some articles or some funny stuff during the day, after that. But other than that, I'm not doing a whole lot on social media. I'm busy. I'm focused. I have a goal. I have tasks. I have projects that I'm working on. These are multi-billion-dollar projects in Egypt. So if you know any developers, send them my way. I like to talk to them. And I will reward you very, very well if we make a deal with them. So having said that, folks, put yourself in a circle with people who are better than you are, people who are going to hold you accountable. Be on the phone with these people. Like I said, I'm on the phone with multimillionaires every single day. Every day. Putting projects together. Trying to put deals together. Ideas. See, successful people talk about ideas, folks. Unsuccessful people talk about other people. And they post about other people. I don't give a damn what these... I'm going to tell you something. Everybody talk about Monique. What she's going through with Netflix and who's blackballing her. I mean, I can tell you right now, you give me 2 hours with Monique, and Monique will be ready to be on fire. I can get Monique. I can show Monique how... I don't know what her net worth is. They talking about Netflix was going to pay her $500,000. I can put something together with Monique right now, and she can earn at least a minimum of $5 to $10 million. I know how to do that. Put me on the phone with Monique. It's all about your thinking, folks. Nothing is good or bad. Our thinking makes it so. She's spending a lot of time trying to fight instead of spending that time with that same energy on building something. Okay? So surround yourself with successful people. Surround yourself with people who are going to hold you accountable. Surround yourself with people who are better than you are. Surround yourself with people who want you to succeed like they have succeeded. I hope this is making sense to you all. If this makes sense, just say it makes sense. If it don't make sense, you can say that too. I don't care. Because majority of the people is going to share this video to someone who they know it will help. If it don't help you, share it to somebody who it can help. Don't be selfish. It's not about you. It's not about me. As a matter of fact, it's bigger than you. And it's bigger than me. But it ain't bigger than you and me. So click like on the video. Share the video with as many people as you can. Share it in different groups if you will. With that being said, I hope I've said enough for you guys to catch on to where I was at on this video. With that being said, I want you to do me one last and one bigger favor. And that is to sing like no one can hear you. Dance like no one can see you. Love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. It ain't nothing you can do about it. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, folks. Have a great day.